Hey everyone, sorry I was trying to get all the social media posts out there. The National Weather Service went ahead to give a severe thunderstorm warning for a part of Sumner County until 10:30. This is mainly for winds that are gusting up to 60 miles per hour. And I'm going to show y'all real quick, go back onto the radar. As you can see below the radar, I'm looking at one of our weather cams that is actually right above Gallatin, that is kind of turned toward Hendersonville and Madison right now. So we'll see if we can turn that around to go more toward White House or Springfield area. So I'm going to pause the loop real quick, and I'm going to go into our what we call velocity, and this is where we're going to see where the winds are. As you can see, the bright kind of light blue color right here south of Springfield, that is where we are looking at the high winds. And yes, we are just looking at some high winds and some rain. Definitely very, very low right now. As you can, I'm going to go back to our reflectivity, and you can see how it's just one straight line right now. And there's some little kinks, but not. It's just gonna come rushing right through. It's just gonna dump rain very quickly. It's a very fast moving line, and once it's done with that, it's just gonna be drop about 20 degrees. So right now we are sitting at, as you can see, some like 68 up in Portland Airport, 70 in Gallatin Airport right now, and it's just going to go drop right down to where you can see Clarksville is 57, 55. So it's just going to be a very quick cold front coming straight through. So there's no chance of tornadoes. We're just looking at high winds right now. And I'm going to go back to our velocity real quick so I can show y'all where the high winds are. We are looking from the National Radar, which is right here where the National Weather Service office is. So this is looking toward the storm, and you can see the bright blues right around Springfield area that's going around. I saw 50 mile per hour. 50. So there's 59 right now. 62, 60. So that is why here's 64 right here. That is why the National Weather Service went ahead and issued a severe thunderstorm warning. I'm looking at the chat to see they do back where in Paducah, Kentucky, there was several reports of damaging from the wind, structure damage and tree damage. So that's different than what we're looking at right here. This still can cause that. I would not be surprised if we do have some reports. And while we're talking about reports, if y'all do see any structure tree damage, feel free to drop it into our social media, and we will definitely send that over to the National Weather Service. I'm going to zoom back out because right now I kind of am focused on Robertson County because that is what's coming straight into Hendersonville, Gallatin, White House. Westmoreland, right now the warning is not including you. I actually don't, yeah, it's not even including Portland or Oak Grove or Fairfield or Mitchellville at all. You still will get that wind coming through, but it won't be the 60 mile per hour winds. So I'm going to drop back to our reflectivity and put the loop back on for you guys. And then I'm going to switch over to. I would not be surprised if y'all do lose power. And speaking of that, I'm going to, because my power here likes to go cut in and out. And before it gets here to Hendersonville, I'm going to switch over to my phone, to a hotspot on my phone, so y'all don't lose me. I've been trying to do different things because I know there's been several times when the power cuts out, y'all lose me on live stream, and I want to try and see if I can do it differently on that. I'm going to drop over to our. I'm going to switch our weather cam right now. It looks like they did move the camera a little bit to the storm coming in. You can see, you'll see my little mouse down at the camera. I'm gonna Actually, I'm going to make this screen a little bit bigger for you all to see. It is. Let me stop. It was 40 miles per hour on the special weather statement, but I'm going to stop. I got too many screens up. Let's see real quick. It is moving. Right now I'm using the WeatherWise. I don't know if y'all have seen this app. I really love it. It's actually free. So you could always go onto your mobile device or laptop and get it. And it shows like how long ago it was issued. It expires in 43 minutes, max wind gusts. So it's moving at southeast at 33 knots, which is around. It has slowed down just a bit. It's 33 knots. Y'all are making me do math right now, which is about 35, 37 miles per hour. Let me see if it will. Let me see. 35 miles per hour. Hey, I was right. I did. Okay, good. I was supposed to say crap. I'm doing math and my brain's not thinking right now. I've been stopped up all day because that's when I know it's going to rain. Is when all my allergies and sinuses kick back in. So since it's 35, I'm going to switch over and make our screen that shows real quick our weather cam. I'm going to pause or turn off our radar real quick so y'all can see our. This is one of our weather cams. Once again, this is above Gallatin. I'm going to actually switch to the one that is right above at Center Point, right in Hendersonville, real quick, so y'all can see. This is actually pointed toward Goodlettsville area, so you can see some of the clouds moving in. But I really want to do real quick is do an ETA. And I'm going to do a different, because I had an ETA before. I'm going to redo this real quick. Since it is moving more southeast than it was. And what did we say? 30, 35. I'm going to do it. Okay. I went ahead and did it a little slower, so I'm just going to go ahead and say, so White House has it really slow. I don't, because it's knocking on your door, White House now, and it says 10:05 and it's 9:50. There's no way. It has to pick up by that. Okay, I'm going to try and redo this. Standard display mode. I'm going to do 10-minute shade and see if that will, because there's no way on that. It said estimated speed 15. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. I don't like. Nope. I don't like how that worked out. There's no way that's. So, White House, I want to say you're right on the doorstep. Let's say about 9:55 is when it's going to come right through. And then how it's. I'm going to do our motion real quick. And I'm going to go back to, instead of weather or radar Omega, I'm going to go back to our WeatherWise. There we go. Since Radar Omega was not doing well with the ETA, I'm going to just drop that back to our cam. And if y'all do have Radar Omega, you can also look at all the weather cams. We do have the one that's right above Hendersonville, then the one above Gallatin. They are working on doing ones for Portland and possibly Westmoreland, but that should be come out next year, which I can't believe it. It's almost next year, and Christmas flew by like crazy. So, all right, I'm gonna move, trying to decide which camera I want to do so we can see. Okay, I really like this one better than the other one. So this is the one that's right above Gallatin. And now I'm going to go back and do our. Let's see. So there is a report right now coming in that a storm chaser said there's a report of 63 miles per hour with a handheld. But take that with a grain of salt. I would not. As we saw, the thing what we were seeing earlier is what I was showing y'all, like the 60 something. Remember that is being up in the air. That's not what's happening on the ground because it's coming from the radar that's where the office is, and that shoots beams up into the storm. I'm going to see if it will let me do the 3D quick. That's the little. All right, so Portland is right on your doorstep. Same to you, White House. See, Springfield's already dropped a couple degrees, so I would not be. We're going to drop about 20 degrees. And once again, there is no tornado threat. It's just damaging winds. So there is nothing to worry about. Not even. I'll go to Velocity real quick and show y'all. There's no, like, yes, there's little kinks in the line, but nothing that's really touching red, green that meteorologists really look at. It's more of a linear wind threat. As you can see, all the green is the wind coming toward the radar. Which once again, right here where it says KOHX, that is where the radar is at the office. So let's see if it'll let me draw real quick. Boom. So all this is coming that way. And I'm going to go in and once again and dig deep and see these like 45, 47, 54, 57. You see this little, I'm going to zoom in. I'm trying to see if y'all can see where it says 0.8 K feet. That's how far it is up. Let's see how that actually is pretty far. ETA for Gallatin Airport. When I did the ETA with Radar Omega, it was giving me 10:30 ish for Gallatin. I feel like it's going to be earlier than that. So I'm going to say about 10:20 ish would be for Gallatin, especially around the airport area. Let's see, I'm looking down. So right now the reports are coming in that gusts are around 50. So we'll see what they decide to do. They continue the severe thunderstorm warning or just let it expire. I believe, let's see how much longer we have because I believe we have about 34 minutes. So I'm just interested in looking. As you can see, a little bit of the where that as you see below the radar, that weather cam, it actually is right around here. Okay, let's see. It's flashing. Let's see what the update. Oop, come on, stop. Stop it. There we go. So it looks like they are going to continue the warning, but they went ahead and took Springfield out of it. They're going to start canceling a little bit of it as the line moves through. So now it's going to be almost completely just in Davidson, Wilson, and part of Sumner County. I'm trying to see if we can really see anything on this radar. I'm going to go back and do. I'm going to do our loop real quick. And I'm going to check and see if there's any reports. Someone said tornado possible tag on the warning. Absolutely not. It's just, once again, I know people were asking what my concernometer is, and I know there's new people watching, and I've started doing this concernometer thing, and it's from 0 to 10, and it's been a 1 all day, so I'm not worried at all. See. Yeah, I'm not seeing any other reports saying 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in. I'm gonna switch the weather cam real quick to right above. Okay, here we go. I moved the weather cam to the one that's right above Hendersonville, so we can see if. Just, I have the lightning detection on the radar. I'm not seeing. Let's see. I'm not even seeing any lightning with this thing. It's just gonna be very intense wind. How is Westmoreland looking? Here we go. I'm gonna zoom out real quick so y'all can see all what's going on. So once again, this whole big line is just coming through the cold front, and you see 70 degrees, and it's gonna suddenly drop like 15 to 20. But going back up to Westmoreland, Fairfield, Portland, you are not in the severe thunderstorm warning. So there's really nothing to be. I'm not seeing anything impressive except for, hold on, let me see. So it looks like the strongest of the winds will be coming right through Millersville, and it looks like it's going to go straight into Hendersonville, Shackle Island, Drakes Creek area. I'm going to go back and see. $50, $58, $60. And once again, these mile per hour is up in the air. That's not happening completely on the close to the ground, but still, my guess is it's around 40, 45, if that. So 59. Let's see. I'll look and see if we have any more reports coming in. When in Portland, let's see. I'll move up there for you. The wind is going to continue throughout the night. We do have that wind advisory until I want to say 5 a.m. is what, if I remember correctly. So the wind is going to continue to be strong even when this line, the cold front, has moved through. So the wind is just going to be constant. That's why I said earlier today and yesterday to go ahead and take down your Christmas decorations. I even told my parents that live in Rutherford County to go ahead and take the wreaths off the house because today was the only day that if you don't want to freeze your tail off getting your Christmas decorations down. I know my parents keep up the Christmas decoration until like 1st of February, but I think they went ahead and took it down. I do say the national bird will probably be flying tonight if you haven't tied down any trampolines. So, let's see. We do have a couple reports that are coming in from Robertson County with a couple trees down north of Springfield. So, I'm going to go back and see what part of that line. So, that part right there. Okay. So, north of Springfield, where the reports are coming from, went north of White House. That's going right, actually, right. I'm going to jump over to our camera right at, I think that's what I was, okay. I really can't see much. I changed the weather cam because this is where the line is actually coming through right now. You really don't see much. This is why I don't like storms at night because you can't see much at all. Even with a little bit. Oh, you can go ahead and, I mean, right, it's already past Portland. You can head to bed if you need to. Um, White House is good for you to go ahead and go to bed. I didn't even realize what time it was already. But it's just one of those quick 10 to 15 minute downpours and then it's out of there. Actually, it's probably kind of quicker to 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to check real quick to see if there's any power outages coming in. There's a few in Robertson County. But right now, Sumner is looking at 0 people out. So that will probably change once it hits Hendersonville, but I can definitely hear the wind coming into Hendersonville now. There we go. The line has arrived at that weather cam. So I'm going to zoom into Gallatin and Hendersonville real quick. Okay. There. I don't like these look like little holes in the. And go back to our zooming north of Hendersonville, look like around Center Point Road. Because right now, that is where the strongest of the wind is. Right around stop 30. Let's see, 44, 51. Let's see. See, for Hendersonville, within the next 2 to 3 minutes for Hendersonville, is the wind worse? Mm, I think it's actually definitely going to be worse right as the line gets, because the line is coming in about, it was 40 mile per hour moving, and then with the winds, that's why it was so intense. It's so intense when it comes. Once the line slash cold front comes through, the winds will probably drop around 20 to 30 miles per hour wind gusts. So they're gonna slighten a little bit, but not much. Let's see. Cottontown area. Oh yeah, Cottontown. It just went through you. You shouldn't be. There's nothing really to be worried about. I'm just. I like looking at some of the little kinks just to see, but I really think right now is showing the highest of the winds right around Hendersonville. So there's nothing too major. The only thing I think you will be worried about is if your power tends to go out at the slightest. I know a few people's powers went out earlier today when the wind really picked up, but I'm not seeing. I'm just not seeing too much, and I'm not even seeing any. Once again, going back, all I'm seeing is everyone's been commenting, just saying pouring hard rain and wind gusts are crazy. Nothing damaging yet. Of course, most of the time the damage reports don't come until it's past. So I'm going to go back to our leaf activity area and zoom out so everyone can see where they are. White House, you can go to bed. Fairfield, Portland area, you can go ahead to bed. Cottontown, you can go ahead to bed. Millersville, you can go ahead to bed. Springfield, I know I have a couple of people from Robertson County that check in. Y'all are way past. Y'all can head to bed. Hendersonville, I mean, give it 5-10 minutes if you really. Gallatin is coming straight into y'all right at 109 area. Let's see. Bethpage, you probably have another 5 minutes. Westmoreland, another 5 minutes. No, the line hasn't. It's hitting Bethpage right now. Well, they're about. Y'all are right on the end. But I'm going to check in with the. Let's see. So, once again, the reports that are coming from Robertson County are trees down, Springfield area, and over 1,000 without power. So, we'll see. I'm not seeing any reports yet. But once again, while we are talking about reports and kind of how Sumner Severe got started, Sumner Severe is part of a T spotter program that actually started with the National Weather Service here in Nashville. I'm a I am one of, gosh, 20 plus volunteers and people that dedicate. A few of us actually have this as our main jobs, and a few of us actually have meteorology degrees. I'm actually fixing in a couple weeks go to grad school for to get my master's in meteorology. So I'm excited about that. But the T Spotter program started with actually the Nashville Severe WX guys, Nashville Severe guys, and each county. I'm going to zoom out real quick while talking about this. Each county in Middle Tennessee that the Nashville office has someone that does each county on. Let's see, we got Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, excuse me, X, sorry, and Blue Sky. And when storms, it actually started just where you call T Spotter, which is where it's a teamwork between the public, us, and the National Weather Service. We rely on the public to tell us what's going on. Hey, there's a tree down on Main Street. And once y'all give that information to me, I send it to National Weather Service. And then if there's a funnel cloud, not saying there's tonight, so don't freak out, there's not going to be. I promise. So, like, especially during the day, because right now the meteorologists are focused on the radar. And they are also doing a chat that goes out to all of us. So that's what they're focused on. They need eyes and ears, which is where the T spotters come in, and where you guys, the public, come in as well. Is where y'all give us the information and we send it to them. Because, okay, the radar can show there's hail, but is it actually hitting the ground? Well, so as you can see, I'm going to zoom in, they just narrowed the warning just a little bit. We do have about 16 more minutes left on it, so White House, you're completely out of it. So that's when I say, hey, I'm checking for reports for tree damage or structure damage or hail reports or flooding. That's all the different type of severe weather reports I do. And then when weather gets really crazy and gets snow, we like to do snow reports too. So ice reports. And I'm sorry for those that love snow. It's probably going to be a while before we get some snow. We might actually have some flurries, but nothing that will actually stick until probably mid January, February, which I feel like that's typical. So we do have, okay, I'm going to check real quick because there are some reports of power outages coming in. So I'm going to recheck. Right now, we do have 500 people out in Sumner County, so that does not surprise me. Yeah, yes. I'm surprised we don't have a special weather statement with Westmoreland right now. So I'm gonna go real quick. Mm, the only thing that's really impressive with the winds are right around here in Hendersonville, going actually straight toward the office. I'm gonna go straight back to reflectivity and I'm gonna zoom in because Portland, you're fine. Gallatin, give or take another. It's like the worst actually is past you, Gallatin. Hendersonville, it's almost to the lake area, so yeah, that's what it was always going to be. It wasn't going to be a tornado threat. It was just going to be that very quick wind coming in. Let's see. Hold on. I'm looking at it. All right. Still no reports coming in. So no good news is good news. King County. Yeah, I'll zoom out real quick so all y'all can see where everything is. This this huge line right now. You can just see it's going right through Sumner, right into Davison, then Williamson County, and then it's going to go straight into Rutherford County later on. I would not be surprised if a special weather statement comes out for that area soon. Uh, Not too bad. I'm going to zoom in. The When I was looking at earlier with the winds, I mean, yes, people say the winds are bad and they're gusting around 40 to 50. Nothing too bad. It's just going to be a very quick, sound very loud, sound really bad for about a few minutes, and then it's going to be gone. But once again, the winds are still going to be here, and it's still going to be about 20 to 30 until early tomorrow morning. Let's see. I saw a little notch area, so I was looking to see. Okay. Sometimes we like to see like these little notches, and once again, I don't want to freak anyone out. There's not going to be any tornadoes or anything, but like if the atmosphere was primed for it during these lines, which is very typical for November, December, January, that is what meteorologists really look at. It's like these little kinks in these lines. It's not like typical, like, let's see, March, April, May storms where it's like very like single cells coming in. It's just these very long lines that have like these quick spin up tornadoes. But don't freak out. I'm just kind of telling y'all a little bit radar while I have y'all on here what meteorologists look at, why it's like a line like this with the cold front coming through. And I actually have it, I know I'm really zooming out, so I apologize. But I have it on this weatherwise where you can see where the cold front is and where all the systems are coming through. So you can see where the cold front is past Clarksville and it's going to come. You can actually really see it with the radar, and it's just going to go. Phew. And you see how it's like 32 degrees over here. Poplar Bluff is 43. Is it really 50? Oh my. Like, wow. Okay. It's already 55 in Portland. Jeez. Okay. So it looks like they are going to go ahead and expire the severe thunderstorm warning. So you'll see this box go completely gone. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a little loop and see if there's any other reports. But if you want to go ahead and go back to sleep or go to sleep, y'all can. I'm going to be up for a while. I'm a night owl, so I'm going to be up and about. And before y'all log off, if there is any reports, once again, I know I sound like a broken record, but if y'all do have any reports, please send it my way and I can go ahead and send it to the National Weather Service. The only reports right now I'm seeing are power outages. So I'll take that over a fallen tree any day. I know kiddos probably won't because they want to be on their phones and iPads, but let's see. Another kind of tidbit, real quick, is it's kind of funny. I had a goal because I have 8,000 followers, actually 8,500 on X, and I started I started earlier this year with I want to say 1,000 on Facebook, and my goal at the end of this year was 1,500 on Facebook. And I was just looking at it today because I was like, I wonder if I'm going to actually hit 1,800 before this year ends. And I just looked at it. I have 1,809 followers on Facebook. So, yay, I hit my goal and more. So, thank y'all so much for that and for following. So, it's kind of cool when I hit beyond the goal. So, I told myself to shoot for the moon for goals next year. So see if it will go ahead. Okay, so they're just going to let it expire in about 5 minutes. So I'm just going to keep. This is why everybody is sick. Because, for example, 70 degrees right here, 55. It's like the temperature saw a state trooper and slammed on its brakes. And that's why my voice sounds awful. So I do apologize. I hope everyone had a great Christmas. As I said earlier, I can't believe it's come and gone. And I honestly was telling my parents it did not feel like Christmas because it was 70 degrees. No, there's no rotation, Danielle. Absolutely not. It's just one big line of wind gusts coming straight through and heavy rain. And of course, I said earlier is the wind is going to continue. Speaking of, the power just flickered here. So I don't think my laptop clicked onto my hotspot. So if y'all do lose me, then I'll try and jump back on quickly, but I really don't. So the report just came from BNA saying they just got a gust up to 38 knots. So that's about 41. So yay, thank you, Paul, for just giving me a follow. I'm honored. Oh no. Oh my goodness. You just can't, yeah. Good grief. You just followed the line all the way home, Danielle. I have a friend that has a house here in Tennessee, then a house up in Michigan. And she was like, I need to get up to Michigan. I actually was looking up what this huge storm that was coming in because it's like a blizzard up here in Michigan. I know people are probably going to be yelling, you're supposed to be in Tennessee, not Michigan, but look at this. This is like 20 degrees. Not Look how cold it is behind this cold front coming through. 3 degrees, 1 degree. Then you got up here in North Dakota that's like -11. And that's not wind chill. That's actual high temperatures. Jeez. It's just like I'm just waiting and talking until this warning. Yeah, there was a huge ice. Uh, there's a thing that the National Weather Service has, and it shows. I'll have to show y'all sometime when I do like a weather kind of 101 thing, or when like really bad severe weather comes and it or like flooding event is being predicted. It shows like how much rain. It's just like a high end, which is like 1 in 10% chance of happening. The expected amount. So for example, it showed Michigan like what the high end amount of snow they're gonna get, and it was like 16 inches of snow. And then the expected amount, which is what the actual forecast was like 12 inches or something. And then the low end, which is like a 90% of happening, was like only 6 inches or something like that. And they do that for snow, which y'all will see it whenever we do get snow. I'll put it out because I love looking at like what the high end and what the low end is. And of course, then trying to see what they expected is what we actually get. And it does it for ice, it does it for rain totals as well. So it's pretty cool. All the new tools, well, I say new tools that they have going on with the National Weather Service, but all the new technology they have. All right. One more minute. There we go. All right. It was way less than 1 minute. It was like 1 second. But all right, I'm going to go ahead and I'll zoom out real quick so everyone can see the bigger picture real quick. I have so much stuff on this map that's probably, y'all are probably like, what do we look at? There's so much stuff. I got the temperatures that are at all these airports and the cold front. And of course, then the radar that scans every once in a while. And then the storm trackers. I'm going to show you the little loop real quick. There's nothing to worry about. The wind, you will continue to hear the wind constantly throughout the night, but now that the cold front is through, it will lessen to about 20 to 30 mile per hour winds. But I would not be surprised if a couple of trash cans are in your neighbor's yards. So, or decorations that were still left up will be like hanging down or I hope not tore up. But I'm going to zoom back into our county before I go ahead and log off. So once again, the severe thunderstorm warning has expired, and Hendersonville, you're good. Gallatin, you're good. Portland, Westmoreland, Bethpage, you're all good to head to bed. Once again, do not be worried if you hear the whistling of wind. That's normal for what's going on. But I'm going to go through real quick and see if there's any other reports. I am not seeing. Okay. I just saw something on Facebook that there was a tree down around White House. So that's the only reports. It's funny how I get the reports from all these hip Facebook pages too. So you'll see me on some of those. All right, I'm going to go ahead and log off. Y'all probably are tired of hearing my voice because it's about to give out. So, but I'll be on social media. Once again, I'm a night owl, so I'm going to be out, up, and awake for a while, even though I have to go to work at 7 a.m. But hey, so once again, if y'all do get out tonight and do see any structure damage or tree damage, or I don't expect there to be any flooding because of how quickly it went through, so I'm not going to worry about that. But once again, tag me in it with T Spotter if you're on X. If you're on Facebook, just you can always shoot it in one of the comments, or you can message me it. But don't forget a location and a photo if safely. But once again, thank you for tuning in and trusting me to be y'all's little personal weather person, local. And thank you for all the following and everything that y'all do. It's been a blessing to be the voice of calm for you all. And it's one of those passions that I love to do that hopefully I make Sumner Severe a little bit more. As y'all can see, I kind of went ahead and changed the logo for the second time this year. And I'm going to be doing merchant with t-shirts and all that soon. The website's going to get an upgrade, so I'm excited about what's coming in 2026. So have a good rest of y'all's night. Head to bed if you want to, I guess. If not, stay up. And but I'll be on social media probably for the rest of the night into early tomorrow. Thank y'all once again. Have a good rest.